Hi, I'm Vijaya. Thanks for tuning in. While most of us are in the lockdown, I thought it might be a good idea to connect with a few creative people and seek inspiration. One such person is Sohaila Kapur, an amazing personality, very inspiring, and she does a host of things from acting to direction to playwriting. She sings, she dances, she's multi talented. So I caught up with her and sharing with you all edited excerpts of the chat where we spoke about a host of things like theater, the world of digitization, and her experience of having worked with Irrfan Khan. Watch on, hope you like it. Hello, ma'am. Thank you so much for taking the time out for this chat. Before we move on, let's just step back into the past and go down the memory lane. Can you please share with me your experience of having worked with the one and only amazing Irrfan Khan? You've done a serial with him, right, in the early 90s called Kehkasha, and you also shot a song, a romantic song, yeah.
I don't remember interacting with him because I was also very shy. I was very young, very shy. I would retire to my own space. But I never saw him really speak much. We were introduced, he gave me a shy smile, which is so typical. It was so typical Irrfan, and said hello. We said hello to each other. And then we just worked. We had this romantic song between us. Not much of an interaction except a wave, a hello, and a smile. But I could see he was a dedicated and very talented young man. Yeah. Now I wish I could have befriended him, spoken with him, but it was not to be. I didn't work with him, but we were in another show together, Banegi Apni Baat, which was a huge hit. Oh, I forgot to mention that. It was a huge hit on television. So we were both in it, but we didn't, the two characters did not meet each other.
So moving on to the web series, ma'am, you've done a host of web series from Leila to Bhokal to Family Man, Special Ops. So please tell me a little bit about some of the characters that you played in these web series.
In The Family Man, I played a Christian nun, the principal of a convent. Very strict, very disapproving of the lead man, Manoj Bajpayee, was constantly on his phone. Well, you know, he's a secret agent. I'm not supposed to know that, but he's constantly getting messages, and it is very upsetting. And I so much as tell him that, you know, his daughter who's in trouble in school has probably picked up bad habits from him. Tell him off. And every time we shot it, after the scene, Manoj would burst out laughing. I think it's because of this look that I gave him. Because every time each time he would put his phone down, I would give him daggers, you know, that looked like daggers being thrown at him. And when the shot ended, he would burst out laughing. In Special Ops, I played an upper middle class woman, a minister, a cabinet minister, and a corrupt one at that. So I had to approach both the characters extremely, very differently. But what was similar was that they were both, because they were in the chair of authority, they were both very confident of themselves.
Ma'am, coming to films, you have done a host of films. I saw some of them recently, like Phantom. Like you started off back in the days with Rukmavati Ki Haveli, if I'm not wrong. And Satellite Shankar, I saw on one of the OTT platforms the other day. So tell us a little bit about your upcoming projects.
Film directed by Milan Luthria. Okay. A Sajid Nadiadwala film, which is introducing Ahan Shetty, Sunil Shetty's son. His daughter's already been introduced. Right. And I think the working title was Tadap. I don't know what they've called it now. It was shot in Mussoorie. I had another different role, that of a very swinging cafe owner. I've got a very Western kind of a cafe where these youngsters, the lovers, meet. And he always comes and asks me for advice. whenever he's upset with his girlfriend, Ahan Shetty. So I play the maybe this woman was a hippie in a younger age. So very swinging, very with it.
With youngsters and open to,
Yeah, who gels a lot with youngsters because she thinks like them and she understands them. So the clothes and all were very different to what I've worn in my other, roles. That was a learning experience and a beautiful atmosphere. We were shooting in Missouri, so it really kept me happy mentally. So that is the film that's about to be released. And the other film is How to Kill Your Husband, which was shot in London. Again, a very bindas, hippie-like older woman who is related to this young heroine who's looking for her husband, and she wants to murder him because he's ditched her. And she comes upon her aunt's house, her relative's house, not her aunt, her relative's house in England, and the relative is me. And it's never very clear that this older woman takes joints or what, but she's always in her own world.
Ma'am, talking of theatre and digital medium, you have done a show already, a theatre production called Where Did I Leave My Parda? Directed by written by Mahesh Dattani and directed by Lilith Dubey, right? So how is that experience for you?
That was another beautiful experience, and it was something that taught me a lot because it's a go between cinema and theatre. They shot it like a play. The set was that of a play. So it was a very amazing experience. Many reactions were retaken and I realized it was cinema. And it had a live feel because we had an audience who actually clapped. If we delivered our dialogues well, they actually clapped. But also the close-ups was very un-theatre-like. So you had to immediately shift your paradigm in your mind and constantly play between play, movie, play, cinema, play, camera. So it was a wonderful learning experience for me. Yeah, a bit distracting at times, but it taught me a lot.
But it's a great experiment. Like I've seen some of the shows.
It was an amazing experiment. It came out very well.
Yeah, as you said, it's a hybrid theatre and.
It was a hybrid. Yes, yes.
Ma'am, what do you think will happen post the corona? And how do you think the theatre as a medium, the producers, actors, what kind of hit are they likely to take? Do you think it's going to be very tough once we come out of corona?
First of all, post-corona is going to take some time. It's not going to be anytime soon. I think we've lost this 1 year. Yeah. I think auditoria, cinema halls are going to have a tough time. They always, if you see cinema, that's the real relaxer, So people, when they work hard, especially people from the lower middle class, the laborers, when they want to relax, they go to the cinema. One-screen theaters, the ones who can afford the multi-screen theaters go over there. They go there to relax and they come back refreshed. So cinema is not going to die an easy death. It's not going to die a death at all, but it'll be slow in picking up, and there's going to be a lot of, they've lost a lot of money, and financially it's going to be possibly in dire straits, but it will pick up because people need their entertainment. Yeah. But you see, cinema is a different experience. It takes you all over the world. It's got music, high decibel music. It's got drama, villainy, romance, the works. Which theatre, though the theatre's advantage over cinema is a live experience, but we cannot produce all that. So people, A, the auditoria may not open that fast. B, the class of people who go to see theatre, particularly in Delhi, I'm not talking about states where theatre is extremely popular, that like Maharashtra, Gujarat, where, it's across class barriers completely. People from all classes go and see theatre because it's part of their culture. Not so in Delhi. It's going to be tough because auditoria won't open up. If they do, the upper class, the creme de la creme of the city that go and see plays will be very wary. How much money are you going to collect if you need to put 4 seats between you and the next person? So I don't see a very happy scenario monetarily as far as theatre is concerned in Delhi. But however, if somehow the online can be monetized, what I see really is that a a lot of workshops are going to start, and they can monetize that because a huge amount of young people want to do theater. They want to learn theater.
So, for theatre professionals, producers, actors, and the medium itself, which has always been under like sort of a financial pressure, it will be even tough, right?
It's going to be even more difficult now because at least when you have open performances, you can charge the audience tickets. How do you charge them when they're not sitting in front of you, when it's not a personal experience? Will they pay to come and watch Indian theatre when they have theatre from all over the world releasing free of charge? You have the National Theatre in London. You have the Bolshoi Ballet releasing ballets from Russia. There's so much international competition. Who would come and see a small play put up in Delhi? But some groups have started. I mean, youngsters, youth is all about hope. So some youngsters have started it, hoping they're able to make money.
Yeah, Book My Show is streaming live.
Yes, Book My Show is streaming them. So obviously there are people who like to back Delhi plays, Indian plays, Delhi plays. And we are also starting. You see, we had a reading with the Habitat Center every month. We read some 7 playwrights, great Indian post-independence playwrights who really defined what Indian theatre was, modern Indian theatre. So we want to select excerpts from their plays, what we read, and it was really critically acclaimed. People loved it. We want to select a few out of those and experiment and try it online. At the moment, while I speak, 3 of our actors are rehearsing, and they're struggling with the background and with the technology. Hopefully, we'll succeed.
Ma'am, talking of workshops and teaching, you have been teaching for quite some time, right? Both acting and direction.
Yes, I have taught at the Sri Ram Center School, taught kids during the workshops in the summer holidays. I have taught, and I'm still teaching at the Frank Finn Institute of Modeling and Acting. And I am also, there's a group that wants me to teach online, and I will be going online very soon. They're marketing the workshops at the moment. They're very busy doing it.
Wow, great. Look forward to your workshops, and I look forward to attending some of them myself as well. Talking of aspirants, what would be your message or advice to people who want to enter the world of theatre and cinema?
I would think, first of all, examine your motives. If it's there for fame and money, which most people go in for, then think twice. Because, and this is the advice that most established actors would give, it's a huge struggle. And people put you down like nothing on earth. If you have the passion, you will make it. Ask any one of the great actors, including Irrfan, how much they've struggled. Right. आपको बोलेंगे चाय ले आ, इतना भी गिरा कर बोल सकते हैं. क्या समझता है यार, अगर एक्टर बन जाएगा, तेरे जैसे हजारों. The most common line is, तेरे जैसे लाखों है बंबई में, तुझे क्यों लें? Which is very off-putting, discouraging. Don't be discouraged, but first, number one, look at your motivation. If it's fame and money, think of doing some other business. If it's a passion for the work, then go in for it, and then don't give up. Right. Be calm, meditate at home to stay calm, to keep giving you that kind of confidence, and mix with the people who encourage you, not those who discourage you. Wow. Sometimes you want to be seen with the right group, so you go with unit hands or you go with assistant directors, and you want to be seen with them. That's not the way out, because they can discourage you. Seek the right friends. Wow. That's my advice.
कर्मवीर जो होते हैं वही जल्दी कहते हैं अलविदा. देखा सब कुछ जो देखने आए थे, अब रह गया सिर्फ मैं और मेरा खुदा.